G'day, it's Robbie again. Well, recently I got contacted by Banggood.com, best bang for your buck. I never knew it meant that, but anyway, there you go. They asked me, was I interested in doing a review for a product of theirs, anything I cared to choose. And I'd never bought anything from Banggood, so I had a look at their site to see what they had in there, and they had quite a lot of metalworking stuff, and the prices were very reasonable. So I thought, okay, let's get something that everybody can use and afford, that's going to be useful for everyday use on metalwork. Let's get some TCMT general purpose inserts, which is what we've got here. Now these inserts are 16T304 type insert, general purpose. They appear to be coated with something. It doesn't say in the specification what it is. And they work out at $1.50 a chip, an insert delivered. I mean, that's incredibly cheap. Given that some core that I reviewed, which are also budget inserts, I reviewed these a few videos back and they passed with flying colours. These are $5 an insert. You can see there's a similarity between them, but these are not tin coated. These are coated with something, whether it's anodised or actual tin coating, I don't know. The specification doesn't even tell you. Like a lot of these, I mean, this type of insert is being sold for a similar price on all the opposition sites as well, but they're not the exact same insert if you look closely. Having said that, none of them really tell you what sort of C rating they've got. Once again, the C rating, the hardness rating, the durability rating is only it's not a standard situation. So you could get a C25 in one brand and it could be equivalent to a C10 in another, you know. So the C rating isn't by itself really very meaningful unless you know from the site what the C rating represents. It's just a number, otherwise it's just a code. So anyway, these don't have a C rating, so you don't know what they are. These are C25s, but you have to go to Corlaw's site and see what that means. It means they handle interrupted cuts, and they're good for stainless steel and general steel. And once again, this is the downfall of the really cheap chips that I've used in the past. They don't handle interrupted cuts. If you stall the insert in the job doing a heavy cut, almost certainly they'll snap the tip off. And the Corlaw's went through that without a problem. So if these can go through that for a quarter of the price, they've got to be good. So okay, we'll get on with it. I'll do the same test for these as I did for those Corlaw's in the previous video, and the link will be at the end of the video, of this video. The Banggood stuff came wrapped up pretty well. It was in some styrene bubble wrap stuff, and yeah, didn't get damaged in any way whatsoever. So now it's just a matter of get on with the job. Now I will say one other thing too at this point. The one thing I do like about the Banggood stuff is that, from my observation, they don't sell any fake gear on their site. I mean, if you go to the opposition, the two major opposition sites, look, you can pick up stuff that's branded as, you know, brand name stuff in chips. You can pay $100 for a box of chips, inserts I should be saying, and you're just buying low grade stuff, which is probably, well, who knows how good it is, but I know people have got burnt. You know, people have contacted me saying, look, you know, some of these chips, inserts you're buying from other sites, they're fake, and you're spending big money for what are basically cheap inserts. With the Banggood stuff, it's cheap to begin with, you know what you're getting, and they're not trying to cream you by offering something as something else. You know, what you see is what you get with the Banggood stuff. I do like that. You've got some assurance that you're not shelling out hard cash for rubbish, you know, or for less than you should be getting. Okay, having said that, let's get on with some testing. So what are we going to try this insert out on? Well, we're going to do Similar test to last time, we're going to use stainless, bit of stainless steel, aluminium, home cast alloy, mystery metal. Now this stuff streamed really badly with every insert I've ever used on this on fine feed, so if it can do this without streaming on fine feed, it's going to be something special. Mild steel, more mild steel. Oh, this is actually better quality mild steel. This is lower grade. This was closer to machine grade steel, good steel. And the final solution, the final test, the ultimate test is, can it machine rebar an interrupted cut with a very, very hard and demanding work surface without breaking the tip off the carbide insert. The ultimate test. Okay, let's get on with it. Right, well, I've put some screen captures up for the particular inserts we're going to be testing. We'll insert, and you would have seen that just prior to this section of the video. And looking at the insert, it looks to be tin coated. I'm assuming it's tin coated, and it's also got a bit of a recess on the back. Now, you know, if you look at these sort of $1.50 inserts that are being sold, they don't all look like that, and some of them the tin coating doesn't even cover the base. So this is a bit different to what the opposition are offering, and it's got fairly deep impression on the top. The quality looks pretty good. I mean, it's not malformed or inconsistent, irregular. It all looks uniform. So you're going to get the same sort of cutting effect I expect from each of the radiuses, which are a general purpose radius. So these are positive rake because they're TCMT, and these are for a 12 or 13 mil holder, which is what I use. But you can of course go down to smaller ones. You can go down to 10 mil, and you can go bigger. So this is $1.50 for the 12 or 13 mil holder. So we'll put in the insert so everything fits there good. So you can see the insert looks good. It's all sitting in there nice and neatly. So now let's do some machining. And this is always interesting. I love testing out stuff like this because, you know, if these are good for $1.50, well, for the average backyard guy who can easily break stuff, because, you know, we've got to remember, in a factory situation, they're doing cuts on jobs that are set up to do multiple runs. So they know exactly where to set the inserts, you know, what depth of the cut, the speed, the whole thing for the particular metal. A backyard guy or a hobbyist, he doesn't work like that. He just goes in and tries his luck and maybe reads a few tables. So yeah, there's a good chance of breaking an insert, whether it be high quality or, you know, expensive or cheap. So if you're going to break them, you're better off breaking the cheap ones. Okay, I'll put in some metal and we'll get on with it. Right, so we're going to be spinning at 464, which is within the range, the work range for this type of carbide insert with this diameter job. Right, I've got this workpiece supported because there's quite a bit of overhang. If you were to try and machine that with carbide, you'd almost certainly get chatter if you went in deep. So it's supported, there shouldn't be any chatter. So we'll do medium feed with just a light cut to begin with. This is quite good quality mild steel. The machine's quite nicely normally. That's not bad. We'll go in deep. It's still a medium feed here. No problem. No problem whatsoever. All right, we'll go to fine feed. And we'll do a light fine feed, semi-finishing cut. It'll be deep enough to get the tip working properly. Now remember, this is mild steel. This is not machine grade steel really. How's that? I'd be very happy with that. That is really good, really good. So yeah, so far, no problem. Before we go to the stainless, we'll do this mystery metal, which was a problem child in the last review I did on the core alloy. Only on the fine feed, it's streamed. And then we'll move on to the aluminium, and then I'll knock the speed up higher to do smaller diameter, bit of stainless, and then I'll do the rebar. So this is fairly complete. So we'll put this on medium feed. Now this is a mystery metal. We're not sure what this is. It does come up nice though. Yeah, that machine's okay, didn't do any streamering, and now we'll put it on a fine feed and we'll see what happens. If it can get through this without doing streamers, it'll be something to take note of. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely not streamering, not like it was. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that worked well. Before it was coming off in big long ribbons. They weren't spiraling at all, but you can see these are blue from the heat. Look. And yeah, no ribboning, so that's good. That's better than the core alloys. Once again, it depends on the chip breaker and nose radius. These may all look the same, but they're not. Righto, let's try medium feed on aluminium without any lubrication. How good is that, eh? That's not bad. This is just home cast aluminium that I've just melted and cast into round stock. We go fine feed. There was no galling. The tip didn't gall at all. Not to say it wouldn't gall over an extended period. I mean, normally I would machine aluminium with high-speed steel. I don't really like using carbide on it, but anyway, it did it quite well. We'll go fine feed. As we're going doing this dry. Wow, that looks pretty good. compare the finish. It's pretty good. Both the medium and the fine feed. Fine feed's just fractionally better. If you run your finger, you can just feel it's a little bit smoother. But perfectly adequate, really good. Right, we'll see how it handles some stainless, unsupported on medium feed. Pretty nice. In fact, that's really nice. That's good. We'll put it onto fine feed. Once again, yeah, the finish is slightly smoother. So it's a good all-round general purpose insert, as you can see. It's handling this stuff, no problem whatsoever. But can it handle rebar? Right, to machine rebar, you do not spin the guts out of your carbide, because that will break it for sure, no matter what brand you've got. So we go into the middle of the speed range for carbide, and we'll go back to our original starting speed. Now I've machined plenty of rebar, and that is perfectly adequate. Right, because of clearance issues, we're going to have to come in from the end a bit. That's okay. It's still going to work all right. So we're on medium feed. Here we go. Alright, let's go in deeper and see if we can handle more. We'll go in quite heavy. That's pretty hard work. Interrupted cut. That is pretty hard going. So not only did it handle it, it did quite a good job. Alright, we'll put it on fine feed and go in deeper again. I mean, you've got to balance the one against the other, the feed rate and the depth of the cut. Going over our first lot, and then we'll go in on the unmachined section. Well, we can do this without breaking the tip off. It's a good insert. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Alright, let's get brutal. We'll go on to coarse feed at that same setting. Now if this doesn't break it, nothing will. This is really being brutal. When it hits that up But it hits this section here, all hell can break loose. Shit, that is hard. I don't want to ruin the lathe. But the insert survived. I mean, you would never do that normally. That is really pushing things way too far. But you can see the insert stood up to it. It didn't break the tip off. And you can see what sort of depth we're coming through on. This is only a small lathe, remember. So here are the test pieces in retrospect, and where we had the depth and the feed rate set right, we got the best finish possible. Once again, that's how carbide works. You've got to get the sweet spot for the metal you're turning. It hung together, didn't chip or break when it did this job, which is about as severe a job as you can put carbide under stress with. I mean, that was pretty bad. It was shaking the hell out of the lathe. I had to abort that mission. But yeah, overall, for $1.50, if you can get that sort of finish, and even on aluminium it did a good job, and the stainless, you know, yeah, $1.50 is incredible value really when you can think about it. So let's come in close and look at the insert and see how it finished up. So here's the poor insert that we hammered the hell out of, and looking at it, it's intact. I can't see any signs of wear physically, but I do see that the coating, which is, I think, just cosmetic, has worn off on the end there. So obviously, if it is a TIN coating, it's a pretty weak one. I don't expect to get TIN at this sort of money anyway. So yeah, it's probably just some sort of anodize or something, but it's certainly worn that off. But the actual profile of the insert is just as good as the new one. That's unused, and that's used. Looks pretty good to me. So yeah, given how it performed and what it went through, I think it's excellent value for money. At $1.50, I mean, I've used cheap inserts in the past, which have been absolute rubbish. You know, they would chip if you just banged them against the job. You know, not even turning. They were so fragile. But this obviously is not fragile. It can handle interrupted cuts. It did stainless, mild steel, the mystery metal, aluminium. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. So I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for sure on value for money. You know, it's once again, it's a hobby, it's insert, it's not a production insert, you know. It's not, you can't expect industrial grade quality for $1.50. An equivalent industrial grade insert would be over $10. So for a fraction of the price, you're getting, I think, excellent value for money. All right, well that's it from me. I think it's time to wind up the video. I may do some more reviews down the track. We'll see how I go for time. If you like this, comment and let me know if you want some more, and I'll see how we get on. All right, that's it from me. Until next time, cheers.